high dynamic range software, I can overlap them to create a more vivid composite. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Before, I thought this here was an H, like on the sign, but now it looks like some kind of structure. I've seen this place before. So, I ran the blast toward and pulled from Carrie towards his foot. Refractive light index found usual silicon dioxide and potassium oxide. But there was an element that could stand out.
What's that?
Tin oxide with Hamachi indigo dye. It's found in Japanese blue bark texture glass, which is used in making tile, statuary, and dye, which I am familiar with because my mother's a collector. In fact, funny story.
I do.
How this? You're a genius.
I am?
I got it. I figured out what that is. It's the gate that you walk through to enter the Mizu Hotel. Built in '62 when built up in the '70s. Developers tried to renovate it, but quit. But the place was known for its blue glass ceiling walls. They were meant to resemble the ocean, which I assume came pouring down. So the reason why this place was abandoned was because of its lousy location. Alphabets.
Hawakan mo siya. Ayos ba?
Strings. Now I know how to make some.
Come.
Looks like we found his workshop. Now where is he?
You can drop your link, Marlene. Ipipin ko yan.
Okay, please. Here to help.
The girls. What girls? The others. Yeah, where? Where? Where is the room? I'm gonna go find him.
All right, I'm listening here. Dispatch, this is Charlie 5 Sanders. I need immediate medical to my location.
Why are you calling the police?
Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you, okay? Okay, show me my zip. All right, here.
Babae siguro ang kuwan.
There's an extensive amount of trails.
Many bodies have been dumped. Could this be the start of a serial killer?
Ceiling, floor,
Chills down your spine.
The Wonderland Murders starts Sunday, May 9 on ID.
Mother's Day, a day all moms deserve a big sleeping.
You can drop your link, Marlene. Ipipin ko yan. Feeling, yung itang...
$12 million this Saturday. Plus, dream big this Mother's Day. Over 100 extra prizes must be unlocked that way. Get a triple at in-store or online.
This is a small direct cable lineup. It's how Small Direct Club safely and gently straightens your teeth. And you'll get a smile you love 3 times sooner than braces. Get started for free at smalldirectclub.co.nz.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can keep moving, do more, and go further. Now available with Ford Assured Future.
Opening onion.
No deposit needed. And at the end of your payment term, choose from a range of options, including upgrading to a new Ford. Search Ford Escape now. Ford, bring on tomorrow.
New from Medium, naturally good face care. Up to 99% naturally derived ingredients, plus 1% for stability and safety. For hydrated and naturally radiant skin. 100% transparency for 100% trust.
That's one plan.
That was long. I did a cut with the album.
What the hell you think you are, Miss Abby?
Only 5 women over 40 have ever had a number 1 hit, and only one of them was black.
The High Note premieres May 16 on Sky News Premiere.
They have the protector of all love. You can't interfere with the will of the table side.
Thursday, TSR, The Ancient Ones, Prime.
You know, they say we see everything once in this game. Pretty sure we're gonna see this. It's enough. What's going on? All I know that there's meaning in the things I do. If you're watching this, I'm probably trying to convince you of something pretty unbelievable or dead. If anything that this is for me, then I still should kill you. There are things that are far worse than death. What happened to him? They have a journey. It's gotta be me. You can't get over reality. Keeps ticking down. Synchronic. Never shown in box office. No, please. If I'm understanding, I'm here to save you.
No, you're not. Yes, he is. You both are. Why are you pointing the gun at me? Why don't you both put our guns down and we can talk about how we can get you out of here?
Just like police radio. When I fell on his side, I sent out an alert.
You're lying. You're trying to trick me. He's not. We're here to help you.
I have to let me answer that because if you don't and they come in here and see you pointing the gun,
You're gonna kill me.
I won't let that happen, but you need to let me answer that now.
Say aside, Finley, I need you to surrender your firearm.
I know the drill.
Yes, you do. Nope, I received CSI Film 6, P 232, 4 live rounds of magazine, 1 live round in machine.
Salamat sa patusok, Malin. May jacket ka na?
Any idea on that woman yet? No. All we know is that it looks like she was being okay.
Malin.
She did what she had to do. Yeah. Show was done.
Hey. You okay?
I was trying to help her. And I keep thinking to myself, maybe I could have said something to her. Maybe I could have done a better job of making her feel safe.
God knows what else was done to her. When the police found Carrie Flores, she was delusional, she was arrested.
I know. But we were there. And I could have saved her. But now she's dead. How am I supposed to live with that?
You did the best you could. You need to know that. And time to heal. As far as how you believe what happened, I wish I knew the answer.
I cannot imagine what Greg and Finn are going through. I hate to rush on this evidence. Let's just hope they don't rush to judgment. You sent me DNA to Henry? Yeah, why? There's scar tissue in the pelvic area. Our victim's undergone surgery. It's not surprising. The killer performed surgery on all of his victims, harvesting their tissue from his strings. That's not what this is. What do you mean? Take a look for yourself. Colon vaginoplasty. Our she was once a he.
Look, I know you wanted to see me. So let me guess. 2 week suspension with pay pending outcome of the IA investigation.
No, you're not going to be suspended, Jules. Matter of fact, you're probably going to get a medal.
What?
Well, apparently, you just took down the Gig Harbor killer. The unknown male DNA that we recovered from the bodies in the desert. Remember that? Well, that DNA is a match to the woman you just shot.
I do not understand.
We still don't know who she is, but apparently Doc said that she had a gender reassignment surgery, possibly as long as a decade ago.
Hello, Bisayang Gala. Miga Love, shout out. May jacket ka na?
That woman that I shot is just another victim. She was kidnapped. She was used by Winthrop. She was drugged.
Salamat sa pagbisita. Yum, yum, yum.
He knew how she'd react the minute we brought her into that room, and he's probably getting off right now on the idea that I killed an innocent woman. We cannot trust the evidence anymore, do we?
You know how crazy that sounds?
Do you disagree?
It doesn't matter whether I agree or not. If we can't trust the evidence, then how are we going to stop this guy?
Well, we still have Carrie. She was in that room being held, and if we are right, she will put Winthrop in there with us.
Maybe. Morgan says she can barely
Oh, sige,
She's
sige.
hot and a good one.
Nay.
She's going to remember. It's just going to take a little time.
I'm going to reach out to a friend of ours. Why don't you go back to the hospital and check in with Carrie? See what you can do.
Maglablaban kayo dyan sa mga... Lablaban na.
I don't think now is
Oo.
the time. Miss Torres needs
Mabuti itong kunti lang. Sure ang dikit.
I can have you paged.
That's all right. I'll check back.
Mabuti itong kunti lang. Sure ang dikit. Sino babae?
David, good to see you.
Thanks for doing this. I know you're a busy lady.
I'm never too busy for you. Glad I had that layover.
Got the email files I sent you.
Oh, interesting reading. I'm always a sucker for 20 serial killers.
Well, given the games they're playing, I can really use
Yung nakapin. Baka hindi nyo pagkadikit yan. Dikitan nyo na. May LS din yan. Maraming saging yan. Mamaya ata, mamayang ewan ko anong oras sa Pinas. Basta may LS yan. Bisitahin niyo yan si Don Sultan TV. Maraming saging dyan.
But in the meantime, he's
Yum, yum, yum.
he enjoys it.
But he needs help. And we think he found it. Based on our audio analysis of the last crime scene, we heard somebody else in that room. He hasn't found it.
Well, Jared in prison, it's more like attempt. We both got attempts on it before he came to the job.
So the partners.
The little bit of profiling I'm doing right now tells me I'm not telling you anything that's going on right now.
You read the part of the file where Jared Briscoe stopped my daughter.
And you put a security detail outside. No, you have to. But she is also your best chance at catching a man who is going to hurt us.
The greatest.
DB, if you're not willing to put Maya into play in some kind of a way, you need to take yourself out of the equation.
You know what you're asking.
The same thing you're asking yourself.
You've been a bad boy. Yeah.
Sagot siya.
Yun siya.
Ikaw ba itong babae ng pulis?
The Crusader name is synonymous with winning. They're the standard, no question. A home plunge earned through the pursuit of perfection. As for the chips, it's a rugby resurrection. A Cinderella story, thick with extreme. Both teams are hungry, dangerous, and confident. It's anyone's final. Welcome to the big dance. Crusaders, chips, lions, skyscrapers, everything in life but wins. For the following program, parental guidance is recommended for young viewers. On this episode of Pawn Stars,
I want to show you something you've never seen before.
I've seen a lot.
You've not seen anything like this, sir.
Pops, come here. There it is. Wow. That's a beaut, huh?
How come every time you bring me something, it's the biggest piece of crap you can find?
What fine piece of vintage military memorabilia did you bring today? 1845 Harper's Ferry. Wait a minute. I think this gun is loaded. I'm ready. And this is my pot shop. I work here with my old man and my son. Everything in here has a story and a purpose. One thing I've learned after 21 years, you never know what to that story.
At Bisayang Gala, bisitahin mo yan si Don Sultan. Maya-maya, mga alas. Anong oras na dito? Alas 8, alas 9. Maraming saging doon. Pumunta ka doon sa LS niya.
You've not seen anything like this, sir. This is an autographed
May paayodang saging din si Don Sultan. Mega love shout out Salvi Bartolome. Bigyan kita ng jacket ha. Yan, may jacket ka na. Pwede ka na magbaba ng bahay mo.
300 autographs and to stitch them together in a quilt by hand.
Okay, yeah, I see you got everyone from Alfred Hitchcock.
Yung nakapin guys, bisitahin nyo yan. Maraming saging dyan. Bunga pala.
My love about this quote is it covers all walks of life, from people who walked on the moon to the presidents of the United States, just people who every day make America what it is.
So how did she get all these autographs?
She would send them a piece of silk fabric and ask them for an autograph and explain the fact that she was making an American time capsule for the bicentennial of 1976.
Okay.
People would then sign and ink on the silk and mail it back to her.
This quilt is amazing. When he said I'd never seen anything like this, he was correct. I have never seen anything like it.
You think documentation, a good artist can copy a signature. I got every returned envelope from every one of these signatures with the letters that they might have written.
So you mind me asking how much you paid for it?
No, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid.
Okay.
It was a lot.
Okay, so what were you looking to do? Pawn it or something?
So I'm looking to sell it for the right price, not just any price.
How much do you want for it?
50,000.
Wow, that's a bit more than I thought you were going to say. I love this quilt, but I don't spend that kind of money unless I have it verified and checked out. My only concern would be is that these are all stitched, so did she stitch over the autograph?
That's correct. She actually stitched exactly over wherever the ink was.
The problem in determining the value of this item is they're not handwritten signatures. They're like stitch signatures over the signature. And there's hundreds of them. All right, I really want to investigate this more. I have a friend who's a handwriting expert. I really, really want her to look at it before we negotiate.
Hey, I'll be looking forward to seeing you again. These autographs are 100% authentic. I'm 100% confident that the handwriting expert will agree.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good, huh?
What do you got here?
Well, it's a 1845 Harbor Ferry.
Okay, damn, 1845. Do you know what you want to do with it? Or?
Someone decided they wanted me to sell it. Someone's my wife. I'm coming into the pawn shop today to try to sell my Harper Ferry 1845 musket. Picked it up. I believe it's the real McCoy, and I'm bringing it in to Rick. I'm going to try to see what he got for me for it.
So how much did you pay for it?
I got about $300 tied up.
Okay. This is really old American military. This is something I just don't see every day.
Never do I.
And in 1845, the military wasn't that big. We weren't really west of the Mississippi yet. My first impression is that this gun could be extremely rare. The markings on this gun definitely prove it's a U.S. military issued rifle. I know the Army was pretty small at the time, so I don't think there's a lot of these out there. But I do have some concerns. I have no doubt this is old, but I don't know what parts have been replaced. This screw looks like it's been replaced because it's not flush. But a lot of these guns, that's what would end up happening. Because they were still using these in the Civil War. Pieces would break. So they get a hammer from a different model gun, you can just make it fit. With collectors buying antique firearms, they want them to be as original as possible. So that's really the big question. How many replacement parts does this gun have? I got a friend who owns a firing range in town. He knows everything there is to know about guns. We'll set an appointment. We'll meet with my buddy Tony. He'll tell us if there's been any replacement parts on it. And he'll give us a good idea what it's worth.
Appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you a little bit.
Thanks. Who knows? This gun might be worth a lot more than I expected. I might get to go on vacation.
What do you do this thing?
That's right.
You dad a barber?
Yeah.
Looks like you got tore up with a knife or something. When I saw this chair, it was awesome. This chair brings back so many memories from when I used to get haircuts. Do you know anything about it?
Approximately 1957.
Hey, it's a pretty rough shape. As bad as this chair looks, it's a slice of America. Can you just imagine laying back, getting a shave, smoking a cigar? I mean, that was the life. $9 worth on it?
No.
It looks like most of the things are here. Some screws missing. Yeah. So what do you want to do? You want to sell it?
Yeah, so.
My problem is, like, I know they're worth money restored, but all the parts I hear, I don't know if it can be restored. How much do you want for it? I know it's ironic, a guy like me really wants a barber chair, but I know when they're fixed up, they can be worth thousands. All right, here, I'll take a shot. I'll give you $200.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks. Let's go to the big boy. Welcome back. Let's get into this.
Sure, it was just an accident.
It's singing in itself.
That's not terrible. So what you do?
Why? Oh my God, Sunday.
When a touch of style is called for, get more with the new design Mitsubishi ASX. It's what to be seen in. Luxurious here, well-connected there, and the view. It's wearing the right accessories. It's a performer, smart where it counts, and a safe choice. The $27,990 plus on roads, stay up in new Mitsubishi ASX now.
Drive your ambition. Doesn't make sense. We delivered babies for years. No one's calling you.
That's because of Red Bull.
That's inefficient. Shouldn't people be?
True, but Red Bull gives you wings. Nobody believes in store delivery these days.
Shop Harvey Norman Bedding for a massive 40 to 50% off selected PWS beds and mattresses. That's 40 to 50% off New Zealand-made PWS beds and mattresses. Plus, get 60 months interest free with a bonus gift card. Now at Harvey Norman. Arch, reach, grip, pull away.
Hey. Oh, hi there. I was just getting ready to tick off item number 12 on the old bucket list. Jumping out of a moving plane. Reckon it's a lovely day for it. And while we're on the subject of life's absolute must-be, I've ticked off the most important one of the whole bunch. Taking my family with CDS funeral insurance. By having funeral insurance now, I'm safe in the knowledge that my family won't have to worry about my funeral costs later. It's a great idea, right? With New Zealand seniors, a guaranteed cover up to $30,000, and there are no forms, medical exams, and blood tests required. Your premiums go down as you get older, plus your family will receive the full cover amount for all the premiums you pay, whichever's greater. Knowing your loved ones are taken care of, it's an indescribable feeling. So put seniors funeral insurance at the top of your bucket list. Let's do this. Protect your family today. Call 0800 400 299 or visit nzseniors.co.nz.
Invention shapes our modern world. Sparks our imaginations and draws us to reach further. Take a deeper look as we deconstruct the most complex engineering marvels and incredible machines. Sundays, Sunday at 7:30 on National Geographic. A former cop, a master thief, and what hell trying to make an impression.
Hey, you know, it's just wishing you were
This May, celebrate the legends whose conservation mission became legacy.
It's been such a long journey and so worthwhile.
Relive your family's greatest moments and witness the birth of you.
There's hope on the horizon, and I feel like I'm carrying that hope with me right now.
Every month at 6:40 on Animal Planet.
What's up, man? What the environment's going on, man?
Go inside the four walls regardless of the highly visible latest. From Monday
You ever mind official
to Monday.
and that's nothing beats a video and plays on Sky.
Alexis, Alan Smith. Premieres Monday, Sky Sport 1.
Remember to survive if the pack stays together. It's such a dangerous moment in my way of my family's children.
Sorry, Henry. We thought you were a predator trying to kill us.
No, never apologize for an effective kill sign.
After meeting with this guy about his 1845 Harper's Ferry, my one big concern was, are there replacement parts? It looks authentic to me. However, I'm not an expert on it. So to get that answer, I'm going to meet with my buddy Tony. He's an expert in antique firearms.
Hey, Tony, what fine piece of vintage military memorabilia did you bring today?
1845 Harper's Ferry.
Wow, 1845. Been dealing with Rick for quite a while now, and every time he has some like little firearm, he'll bring it over to me and we'll give it a look.
What can you tell me about the gun, Tony?
Harper's Ferry Arsenal in Virginia made this model from about 1845 all the way up to about 1855. It's an early version of the rifle. In the old days, they had the muskets. They were smooth bore. It was like if you hit anything at 50 yards, and it was like throwing a Hail Mary pass. You know, after they rifled the barrels, then of course they imparted the spin on the bullet, and it made them far more accurate. You could shot it easy with it, pretty good.
My big concern is the brass looks awful nice, and I just want to make sure there's no replacement parts on it.
No, it's the original brass. The only thing I can say is the wood has been refinished a little bit, probably years ago, and somebody polished the brass up also. But that really doesn't deter that much from the value. But everything else looks pretty good. The screw's been taken apart a few times, you can see it, but that's just common for something that old. It's a rare gun. It's a nice gun.
So can we shoot it?
It's pretty rusty inside, but you can see the rifling in it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think this gun is loaded.
When Tony said the gun was loaded, I couldn't believe it. Who knows how long that bullet's been in there? For all we know, some poor soldier got shot before he was able to fire the rifle. So is this a dangerous gun at the moment?
Black powder, believe it or not, does not deteriorate very much. And we've had experiences where people put cannonballs from the Civil War battlefield in front of the fireplace, and all of a sudden blew out half of the house because they didn't have gunpowder. So the cannonballs.
So can we unload it?
Well, there's a device called a worm that you can put down there and actually grab the projectile and attempt to pull it out. But, the gun is quite valuable, actually. And I wouldn't want to take a chance with it. Well, I've seen a few of these in this condition here go for $2,000 plus. Really?
Now that we know this gun's loaded, I want it even more. It's something collectors just can't. So how much do you want for it?
Something $4,000.
4,000 coming up.
Yes, coming.
You got a point. I'll give you 1,500 right now.
To be honest, Rick, after finding out everything we did, I don't even think I want to sell it. I just seem to keep it hanging on the wall, pass it down to the kids.
I can understand. Sorry we couldn't make a deal, but thanks for showing me a gun. I totally understand you want to sell this gun, but this is really good. So what do we got here?
Two items. One is the theological certain marker for the South Pole. And the other thing I have is a very rare receipt from the very first ATM in the Antarctica, which is the third largest continent in the world.
Just before we go any further, it's like summer in Vegas.
Well, I just got here. I'm trying to sell these items because I'm retired now. I just got a new hand, so I can use the extra cash. I've traveled an incredibly long distance to sell these items, and I'm not going to take no for an answer.
So where did you get these things?
Well, I work for the South Pole as part of my job. I work for a company that supported the work that is being done in Antarctica.
Okay. I've never seen one of these. I've heard of them.
likely to see them. They're so rare. The interesting thing about the marker is that as the ice moves, they have to identify the actual geological point of 90 degrees south. And so each year they create a brand new marker, and as the thing grows and encroached by the ice, they remove it and put it in a museum. But there's about 6 or 7 of them that are still on the ice that you can actually follow the drift of the ice. So it looks like a bunch of hockey pucks on the ground? That's a good question. No, I don't think anybody's going to understand this thing around. It weighs about 7 pounds. I got a hockey stick. Let's try it out.
The cool thing is that every year the ice cap moves 10 to 30 meters. So every year they have to put a new marker down. If you're standing on the current marker, you may look out and see a line of previous markers. So that's the marker. What else do you have?
The very rare ATM receipt from the first days of the ATM they put on the Antarctic.
Who the heck even needs an ATM at the South Pole?
In the summer, the weather station, which is the weather station on the ice, has about 1,200 people there. It's a small city. People need petty cash to buy things in the store, and they also have bars. And you have to pay for that as well.
Okay.
Now Santa Claus can get money for the bar.
Santa Claus is the North Pole.
Whenever I tell people about the ATM receipt, they're shocked. However, it saved the government a lot of money. They displaced about 6 people that used to be there to disperse the cash, and that made room for 6 more scientists.
So what do you want to do with these 2 things?
Well, I'd like to solve them.
And how much do you want for them?
I have no idea what they're worth.
That's not a problem.
I understand that. If you like, I can leave everything with you. And I won't expect any money unless you sell it. If you sell it, I'll be happy to work 5% deal.
Yeah, I could probably do something like that. Now, let's do some paperwork.
This thing is so unique and so rare. I think that over time he's going to find buyers from all over the world making bids for this, and he's going to be surprised at how much it's really worth.
Whenever I buy an antique that's made out of metal and needs to be restored, I bring it to my buddy Rick Dale. I mean, he is the guy. There it is.
Wow. That's a beaut, huh?
Yeah.
How come every time you bring me something, it's barely it's the biggest piece of crap you can find?
Because you're a magician now.
All right. I restore antiques, mainly metal. I do a lot of Coke machines, gas pumps, barbers' chairs. And this is a craft I've owned over 20 years. The Padera chair, I mean, they made it probably 1945 to 57. The chair does a lot of things. You could pump it up, jack the guy up in the air, and then when the guy gave him a shave, he would pull him back like this. The guy would come up and get the old razor thing and pull it back, shave him up, try not to cut his little alcohol control off.
So you think there's a good market for them?
Oh, yeah, definitely. About 10 years ago, these became really popular because at every bar, they needed one of these because they needed tequila shooters in them. The person would sit in the seat, they lean all the way back, they take the funnel, and they pour the thing down their throat. The other person that bought the chair was a tattoo shop. Every single tattoo shop needed one of these kind of chairs because of one of its originality and also its functionality. The biggest issue you got right now is the missing headrest. The headrest alone, to find a headrest all by itself is almost impossible. I restore probably 4 of these a year, and the biggest challenge that I face is missing parts.
So how much is one of those things going to cost me?
Quite a bit more than you pay for the chair. We're talking probably about $1,000.
$1,000? So what happens if I don't get the headrest?
Yeah, you're gonna lose out for sure.
I'll be honest. When I bought this chair, the last thing I was thinking about was the headrest. I think it make or break this investment.
All I really do with Amy is just love my life.
Thank you so much.
My heart is soaring. I wish Steve was here because he'd be so proud.
Crikey, it's a baby. Saturday, May 22 on Animal Planet.
It's not Leslie's wash on. You sure? Maybe we missed this.
Whoa! Just bought a new home, have we? Congrats, folks. Got a little housewarming gift for you. Put that over there. Now, there's one crucial bit missing from this picture, and it's not else this. You're building a future together, and that means looking after one another. Can we come down there and join you? With one choice life insurance, even when life throws you a spanner, Your family is protected. There's no medical required to apply. Plus, you'll this part. After 12 months of paying in, you'll get 10% of your premiums back. Oh, and here's a vital piece of information for you. If your future is cut short by a terminal illness diagnosis, the benefit will be paid to you in advance. Or when the time comes, your family can receive a cash payout of up to $2 million. So they're covered for life's essentials. It's a beautiful thing. I think we nailed it. What's next? Help your family tomorrow by calling One Choice today. 0800 579 026 or visit onechoice.co.nz.
I'm not sure if this is the job for me. Yeah,
And the house is flexible. And
wow, what's it? It's a circle.
yeah,
Nah.
I'm so happy I looked.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep looking.
Mother's Day, day of mums deserve a big sleeping.
And a delicious meal or two.
And of course, I've got a triple tap,
Yeah, she deserves a chance to win one of the extra prizes.
including 4 brand new Mercedes-Benz A-Class hatchbacks.
It's going to get the one of the gift cards for $5,000.
Touching Powerball, $12 million this Saturday. Plus, dream big this Mother's Day. Over 100 extra prizes must be won on Payday. Get a triple tap in-store or online.
A total season has produced new combinations. The rise of rookies. Can they believe it? And the return of the Supergirls Championship starts tomorrow, live on Sky Sport 5.
I don't think anybody's hungry.
Look, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure.
I get really when I come across my trailer. We need to look over that's really me.
Yeah.
Justin, breaking life through vintage trends.
Love the hunt.
Helping others with a spin on a great American adventure. Oh, it is beautiful.
I think it's really cool.
Mondays, Mondays.
What you waiting for? This morning, buckle up and head to the craziest place in the universe.
Whatever you do not look down.
Sky Movies Family.
This ought to be good.
You'll meet the craziest characters.
Spice of lies. What's in it? Is it? No.
Touch it. Visit the craziest places. Have you ever seen anything more beautiful in your life? And take the craziest fun.
Hold me down. Make you ready.
So, are you ready to get crazy?
I didn't like it.
What? Really?
I loved it. Crazy. I hate it.
This May on Sky Movies Family.
A few weeks ago, a guy came in with an autographed quilt with over 300 signatures on it. He wanted $50,000 for it, so I called a handwriting expert. She's been examining this quilt for 2 weeks, and today she's going to tell us if all these signatures are authentic or not. Hey, what's up?
Hi, Rick. My name is Brenda, and I'm the owner of Expert Handwriting Analysis in Las Vegas. I've spent almost 100 hours examining the quilt, which I found to be very interesting.
So, what do you think?
This is quite a task. When Carol Jones created the quilt, she sent out the fabric swatches, each one of these squares, to all of these individuals.
Okay.
And many of them wrote right on the fabric and mailed it back to her. This is an example of one that was written directly on the fabric. Alan Wheeler was the voice of Fred Flintstone. You can see the pen marks goes outside the lines of the word.
Okay.
There are other signatures, however, that were transferred from a paper document. Charles Manson. As you can see, there's no ink bleeding underneath. They wouldn't allow him to have a ballpoint pen in prison.
Okay.
And so he wrote on a lined over piece of paper in pencil, "Your servant to the truth, Charles Manson." And then she went and then transferred to the fabric and then embroidered over the top.
I was really shocked when the expert told us that some of the autographs have been transferred onto the silk, not actually written on the silk. And in my mind, that seriously affects the value.
Everything that Mr. Hanna has represented to me is open to interpretation.
You wrote on the silk?
Yes.
and some people just provided a signature and they transferred that to us.
Yes. I had no idea that there were actually some signatures that were transfers that just knocked me off my feet.
Were you able to figure out on something like this? Or?
I have absolutely no idea what this is worth.
Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. I would love to own this quilt. I think it's fantastic. I think it's unbelievable. But the problem in determining the value of this item is there's only one of them. I don't know if it's worth 10 grand. I don't know if it's worth 100 grand. That's my problem. What do you want for it?
I'm serious the first time, 50,000.
You know, it's just one of those things where I just have no idea.
Well, it's art. It's more than just signatures. I know. Signatures and history.
There's lots of people out there, okay, that will buy a Jimmy Stewart autograph for $100, $200. There's not a lot of people out there that will buy a whole quote for 50 G's. I know this sounds like sacrilege, but I really think the best way to sell this is cut it out and sell the signatures individually. And then again, I don't know if I can do it. It's a work of art. I don't know what to do with it. Like the ones that are transferred, okay, they're not really copies. They're not really original. I mean, it's a little bit of weird. It's a one of a kind. I don't even want to make an opera. If I was this guy, I would find an auction house selling Hollywood memorabilia, see what you get. My auction estimate, anywhere from 5 grand to 100 grand. Thanks so much for bringing it in. It's been like a real pleasure. Let me help me hold this thing up.
At least he didn't insult me by offering me something ridiculous. He knows it's worth a lot of money. He just doesn't know how to sell it.
A few weeks ago, I brought my sweet 1955 barber chair to my buddy Rick to get fixed up, and now I'm on my way to pick it up.
I've been working on the barbershop chair for probably 3 weeks now. I really hope Rick likes it because we put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think it came out pretty.
Whoa. Oh, that's incredible. I can't believe that piece of junk turned into this. Oh, it looks great.
Thank you.
I love it. I am just shocked. This thing is unbelievable. It's beautiful. So what else do you do to it?
Believe it or not, this has over 200 pieces. We had to take half the pieces and send them to the nickel plating shop to get it nickel plated. And then we had to take the upholstery and send it all out to get upholstered. And then we painted the base.
Did you fix all the hydraulics?
Yeah, all the hydraulics got redone.
Was there a lot of air in there?
Yeah, there was tons. You want some?
Yeah.
I thought it was yours.
So how'd you find the headrest?
Niwala lagi na si
Well, I
Rick, no?
actually thought that was going to be the biggest challenge.
Asa dia?
Chair trying to find the headrest.
Kanang Rick o kanang isa?
There's a lot of online
Isa lang
research.
mo, ano ba?
I ended up finding one in Chicago.
Okay, those are the valley area?
Yeah.
Bago ba yun nadaan mo na?
How the barber's chair came out. I could tell by Rick's reaction that he really liked the barber's chair. And that means a lot to me to be able to give the customer just what they want.
So the big question, I was just thinking.
Well, to do all the nickel plating and the leather and the base, it's going to be $2,500.
Okay, so what do you think I can get out of it?
You should have no problem getting $6,500 for this chair.
All right, sounds like a deal, man.
Well, try it out.
Okay.
See what you think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing's so sweet. I'm not bringing it back to the pawn shop. I think it deserves a spot right in the middle of my living room. I don't give a damn what my wife says. This thing is amazing.
Kaya ba yung haliminyo? Laminyo.
This right here.
Diyan?
Yung upaw ba? Kapila lang namin yun.
Okay.
Sige, pwede. Dugan po kayo mo upload ah. Mabut na 60%. Ikaw lagi. Ikaw sa gawas. Ako na yung konti. Ikaw sa pag-consider siya na una mang kamagpan na oras na mo.
Just ba ang good mo pa lang?
Nagmamutan sa'yo.
You find someone to do that. So, Alex and Rose, you've got to perform at your very best today. Good luck. Here we go. Let's take a look at the categories, shall we? Starting off with the sweet science of boxing, followed by blank of blank, a very versatile tool word, dumplings by any other name, followed by habitats for humanity. Stephen, go.
Science for 200.
He won the 1975 Thriller in Manila over Joe Frazier.
Muhammad Ali.
It was Muhammad Ali.
Correct.
Blank of blank for 200.
Because they hunt and feed on other animals, hawks and eagles are classified as these. Alex.
Or birds of prey.
Yes.
Blank of blank for 400.
Before Jesus was crucified, he was made to wear this on his head. Rose.
What is a crown of thorns?
You are on the board now.
Blank of blank 600.
Answer. There you go. You're up to 400, but you can raise up 1,000. 1,000, all right. For the last 900 years, British coronations have taken place at Westminster Abbey, conducted by this person.
Bishop.
Archbishop of Canterbury.
Got him.
Dumplings for 400, please.
Chef Boyardee's mini micro beef ones of these cases of pasta are a kid favorite.
Lasagna.
Stephen.
What a ravioli?
Yes.
Science for
Rules India. Your Imperial Highness, I implore you, judge me not by my flag, but by my actions. I love your country, and I believe that India should be governed by Indians. I wish only to trade honorably with the beautiful objects that are made here. Please, grant me a license.
Your Imperial Highness, I see you have met the new Englishman in Delhi.
Yes. Lieutenant Beecham is a lover of the arts. He wishes that I grant him a free trade license.
Surely you will not grant it, knowing the company are building the sites.
Your Imperial Highness, I am your servant. A British servant in my palace? Never in my life have I been more sad to be blind. They told me, Lieutenant Beecham, the Empress's birthday
Amy, pag mauman na lang siya, bayad ang kalang cellphone,
you shall have your license.
kuwantan iPhone 11. 11 natin.
15.
Ako lang siya. Ay sige, charge.
Surely you will not grant it, General Lieutenant. I know you do not trust me.
Hindi mo na. Ang sarap sa pag.
Magkuwag na lang yung kwan. Ito magbayad.
I offered to grant you a license. You forget.
Huh?
India gave the world chess. My first move was decisive. If I refuse Beecham now, the company will proceed with their plans in secret. We will watch Beecham closely until he makes
Apple 13.
Diyan maday na day.
his English mechanic. You cannot appreciate such culture.
Cool.
Barely been in the city and has already found an English lady to bring home. Keep quiet. No,
Pero nasa yung
English lady. Out of this house.
ang katungan ni Santo sa.
Our chef Moocher has spent all day making special English puddings for you.
I've heard he is an excellent chef.
So I tells me every day.
Ha?
Dalawa ko yung bangko.
Ano naman?
Ako yapit ko ka din.
Asa nga bangko? Ayos
Ay,
na.
bangko, lamisa.
Lamisa nga.
Ako hindi ko alam nilugan ba.
Ayos na ikon. Dodo ko gatagan.
Ano?
Thank
Mukha
you
niyo
for
magkuhan.
your invitation, Mr. Beecham. This is a
Office.
magnificent house. Courtyards and carpets.
Ay, kapit-apit. Sunod na
No
pagkuhan.
man is supposed to sit here on the street.
I found this swing in the bazaar. Delhi is full of wonders. But now, prepare to be transported from Delhi back home to Delhi.
Oh my, how wonderful.
Shortly.
Moocher's famous bread pudding, scones, plum pudding.
And aesthetically,
Oy, gamay na lang.
I have yet to see more charmed beam so, I guess. Please. From heaven. Look how happy Saib is. This is not the face of a man with a wife somewhere. At least, what do I feel like?
I am indebted to you for allowing me to reveal myself as a homesick baby with a sweet tooth.
I perfectly understand what it feels like to hanker for home comforts.
Ano pa naluto?
Kills me that I've been building traffic.
Mami nga.
Actually, by excuse if I may.
I'd be delighted.
Kaya niya na pekon din eh.
I did not have an opportunity to inquire when we met. What brought you to Delhi?
I wanted a fresh start. I worked with the East India Company for many years, but I left.
Why?
I have a conscience. And you, a lone woman in Calcutta, is rarity within Delhi and possibility.
My brother travelled to India to seek his fortune. I saw it as an opportunity to seek adventure.
It's admirable and brave.
Brave or foolhardy? He left Delhi abruptly when he accrued significant debt.
He abandoned you. I'm so sorry.
One becomes accustomed to the folly of city. Thankfully, Mr. Begg was in need of a governess when I was most in need of a position. Your chapel is wonderful.
Well, you are welcome to visit and pray at your leisure.
Thank you.
I have a request. If you will, I know that we've just met, but I'm in great need. My mother will be arriving in Delhi in a few days, and I would be very grateful if you could be here when she arrives to help her settle. I know that it would be a great comfort to her and to me.
I would be honored.
This is not your bog standard job. When you first start, really forward, really strong. Forward ship, spend some time doing this job. Always one of the smokes. Yeah, right. Wednesday, all news, first one. Try.
Busy with ka na ng basta.
Hello, basa, naman basta. Sigawan na yun.
Narito sa Conme, Canterbury. Ay mga kuha ito. Dawal. Gitobo na mo sa yute? Papagin na mula? Ini karon, kita bukat. Na din na oh.
Ito itong kuanda, no?
Maybe we missed this.
Whoa! Just bought a new home, have we? Congrats, folks. Got a little housewarming gift for you. Put that over there.
Wala si Brad na. Kana ba?
Sige, iti ba? Sige, kung yun.
That means, look,
Wala daw ka lang
let me come down there and join you.
80 inches na
Even when life throws you a spanner,
pang housewarming na TV.
there's no
Exam
reason
zone.
required to apply.
Isa nagatag.
Plus you'll have this phone.
Yan.
After 12 months of
Libre?
you'll get 10% of your premiums paid.
Housewarming gani.
And here's a bottle.
Ganun katagaan man siya.
If your future is
Model din siya.
Your dinner will be paid to you in advance. Or when the time comes, your family will receive a cash payout of up to $2 million. So they're covered for life's essentials. It's a beautiful thing. I think we nailed that. What's next? Help your family tomorrow by calling One Choice today. 900 904 947 or visit onechoice.co.nz.
Escape gloriously with Bits R Us. Enjoy the luxurious sleepy Century Escape at half price for a limited time. Sweet music every night. Half price sale and now at Bits R Us.
I was talking about area 51, but no one's talking about the other areas.
Oh, I heard there was an area in one of them.
Can I get 2 Big Mac combos, a chocolate shake, fillet of fish, and an apple pie?
Excuse me, what's in the big headache?
100% New Zealand beef. Anything else I can help you with?
Yeah. What are the fries made of?
Taters, spuds. What about the fillet of fish?
Sikat na kuan mo yun. Kana ba? Kanang drive ba? Muna sa katong...
I'm guessing real New Zealand apples?
Trees grow, we pick them, you eat them.
Okay, but what?
Make that 2 apple pies, please.
Can I just try one?
Whoa, whoa.